Let's talk about infant chiropractic care, because my opinions do differ from a lot of other chiropractors. And I think it helps to see it from a biomechanical point of view rather than the adjustment is magic and it's going to cure all of their ills. So, do infants need chiropractic care? And the answer is sometimes. They have muscles and joints just like adults do, and sometimes they get tight and restricted, and it helps to get them moving again. So, that being said, it doesn't happen nearly as often as a lot of chiropractors make it sound like they do. And typically, a lot of times, they will self resolve because the first year of life is all about learning how to go from a sack of potatoes laying on your stomach or your back and getting up to a point where you can run around the house like a ball of lightning. But it does happen from time to time, and sometimes they need some extra help. But if you do take them to see a chiropractor, make sure it's one that's going to do way more than adjusting, because the therapeutic exercise and the muscle work is going to help the baby out way more than just adjusting. So, example of when to take a baby to see a chiropractor is infant torticollis, which the short of it is neck gets tight. It just makes it tough for the baby to turn their head, and sometimes it is a little uncomfortable. But hospitals will send packets of stretches home with parents so that they can actually try to stretch the baby's neck out and prevent torticollis from happening. Or if it's started, try to reverse it. But sometimes, it doesn't self-resolve, and it doesn't help when mom and dad is doing it, which a lot of times is just due to line of pull or basically technique, or we're just coming at the wrong muscle. So sometimes it helps to get a different opinion, whether that is from a chiropractor who specializes in muscle therapy or a physical therapist. So those are two great options. Another example would be hitch crawling, which essentially is when an infant is learning how to crawl. They stick one leg out like a peg leg, and it's not as smooth as when you have your knees up under you. And the fix for that is either a physical therapist or a chiropractor who specializes in therapeutic exercise, literally just making the baby crawl, typically with help from mom or dad or a toy, because you got to make it interesting for the baby. Now, as far as how I address infant care in my office, a lot of times it takes maybe one or two visits to actually address the infant's issue. And as far as the adjustment goes, it is not nearly what you see with some of the other chiropractic videos. I mean, an infant restricted joint is literally just like a little pump. You really do not need that much force at all. And even the tight muscle, I mean, it's just like a little, essentially baby back rub. The thing that I've seen the most benefit with is actually just making them do the movement, which you just put them into a position and you encourage them with a toy to work through that motion over and over again, which oftentimes it fixes itself within 1 to 2 visits. So most of my time is actually spent showing parents how to do those exercises at home, because it helps to do them every single day. And to be perfectly honest, you're going to get better results if I show you how to do them on your own at home, rather than you coming into my office every single day, having to pay me for it every single time. Typically, I'll just try to teach the parents how to do that exercise so that you can do it on your own at home. So one, if that problem pops up again, you've got the skills and tools in your toolbox to actually take care of it a lot of times. But again, sometimes it either comes back and you just can't get the technique right, or it's just being really stubborn and we got to focus on a different muscle. So a lot of the return visits that I get from infants are more about helping the parents tweak that exercise so that we can get that baby back moving and let them do what they do. But yeah, if you have any questions on that, drop me a comment, leave me a message, and we'll go from there.